Okay. Alright guys, I've treated myself. I've bought myself a Victron Bluesmart IP22 charger. So it's basically mains battery charger for when I'm on hookup or plugged into my daughter's house or on a site or anything like that. This time of year as well, I tend to be on hookup more than the summer, and the battery's struggling a bit. You've got to take care of them. They're very expensive. I've got AGM batteries, two 130s, and they're very, very expensive. So I thought I'd better spend out on a decent charger. I mean, I've looked at them from like anywhere from 40 quid up to 200 and up to 400 quid really. This is up in the £200 mark. I got this one from 12 Volt Planet, just under 200, 198 quid. So it's a lot of money, but you get a 5-year warranty. The thing I like about it as well is it's like a multi-stage charger, and it's also got 3 outputs. So I'll show you. Where the charger is. So there's the charger. You've got 3 outputs. So you've got 3 positive outputs, 1 common negative output. So you could actually charge 3 different battery banks at the same time. I was thinking at some point of putting a spare battery in on a separate circuit, just in case one circuit goes down and you've still got another circuit to rely on. The other thing about this as well is you can use it as a power supply. So if something happened to your 12 volt system and you was on electric hookup, you can use, disconnect that, put it straight on this, and you've got a 12 volt supply. Also, this links up to an app on your phone, and you can control everything by your phone, which all the Victron stuff does anyway, and I'll show you that when we come to it. At the moment, I'm just wiring it up. I've basically got a couple of leads. They're 10mm core, so they're 70 amp leads. This gives out a 30 amp maximum output, so these leads are going to be more than man enough. So I've just got to do that one, do the common earth, and then I can start looking at where I'm going to put it. I've installed the Bluesmart charger on the wall there. I was going to put it underneath by the batteries, but I want to keep an eye on it, so I'll put it there for now. I've run the wires down. I've also put in a 30 amp breaker on my solar panels, just before it goes into the C-Tech charge controller, and that's only really just so that I can isolate the solar if I need to. If I give the batteries a really good charge, I'll probably isolate the solar if it's during the day. Like today, it's really sunny, and I don't really want the charger and the solar coming in, so it just gives me more options. Also on the split charge, the battery to battery charge, just where it leaves the front batteries, it's got a fuse in there, so I'm changing that for something like this, so that I can isolate that as well. So it's another thing, another job done. So my charger's been running for a little while now. You can see on there at the moment it's on. It goes through the stages. That's a night mode. If you want to put it on night mode, it's about half current, half the amps. You've got the bulk charge, absorption charge, float charge, and storage. That's when it's topped up, and it's just keeping it topped up. And it's on high, 14.7. one of the reasons, well, it's on 14.7. Oh yeah, that was me. So I've disconnected the solar. I put this in line and the solar, so I've got it turned off at the moment. So it's just running on the mains charger, just keeping the batteries topped up, keep them in good nick while I'm on a hookup. Oh, there you are. Yeah, so I was a bit a bit disappointed really with the Victron company. I mean, basically, there's no. It says in the information that the charger does lithium batteries, AGM batteries, normal lead acid batteries, so on and so on. The thing is, there's no specific setting for AGM. So I've done a bit of research online, and obviously it was saying that AGM battery is like a bigger charge, like bulk charge. So I emailed Victron and said, look, I can't find a setting for AGM. What do you suggest? Because there's two settings on there. You can set it at high, which is 14.7, or normal, which is 14.4, and you can set it at maximum 30 amps or 15 amps. So Victron replied to my email and just sent me a link to download the instruction manual, which came with the unit anyway, and there's nothing in there about an AGM setting because it doesn't exist. So I was really disappointed, so I emailed back. I said, no, I don't need that. I want to know how do I set it up for AGM batteries. They emailed me back and said that I should go to my supplier. So I've contacted Victron, the manufacturer, the people that make the unit, and they want me to go to where I bought it from. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, I did that. I bought it from 12 Volt Planet. They were absolutely brilliant. I emailed them, I said, you know, this is my setup, this is what I've got, what do you suggest? They said, yeah, 14.7 will be fine. Put it on that, because whatever you set it on, once it sets down into the storage or float mode, it comes down to about 13.4 or something like that anyway, and sits at that. But yeah, not very good from Victron, is it? Basically, pass the buck, going, you know, it's a bit like people referring you back to Tesco's, isn't it, where you bought something rather than the manufacturer. Ridiculous. Anyway, but everything seems to be working all right. But I've had wires everywhere. I mean, have a look at my wires at the moment. Look. Have a look at that. So they've all got to be tied. So yeah, I've got to get this sorted. This thing here. So obviously this snapped off in here. All these wires are getting stretched out. I'm getting really worried about these. If they break, I'm in real trouble. So I've got the new one. On the inside there, I'm going to have to cut a hole through the carpet somewhere to try and get to the cable inside where the connector fits in. I don't know. It's not really my thing, and it's all up inside there. So yeah, I don't know. Don't know what the answer is there. But yeah, that's it there. It's all broken. Keeps getting crushed inside there. Nothing moves. It's supposed to slide in and out of this of there. But yeah, I've had a couple of offers. I've had Barry said that he'd help me, so I might give him a ring. So, oh, hang on. Let's get the window open. It's actually quite nice. So, on closer examination, it seems that the wiring loom for the rear door that I've got is not the right one. I've had a close look at it. I've had a feel inside the door. There's a plastic shroud that goes around that the door sort of that slides in and out the door as you open it up. And my door is designed to flip right the way back to the side of the van. So I think, and it's the shroud, the plastic shroud around the wires is quite long inside the door, and this one's very short, so it's the wrong one. And I have scoured the internet. I have phoned companies up. I have been on to the National Breakers Yard websites where you put down what you want, and you know, and the only thing I found was that one that I got. So I'm hoping if the connectors are the same, it might work. It just means that I won't be able to open the door right the way round to the side of the van. I'll just have to open it out to like 180 degrees or whatever it is, 45 degrees, whatever it is. But I cannot find one. So it's a bit worrying because it's such a crucial part of the van. It can affect everything. If that wire goes, then it's a weak point on the transit. If that wire breaks, then it can unlock all the locks and leave them unlocked, so you can't lock them. Luckily, I've got slam locks on there, so they would just shut down and that's it. And I won't be able to open the doors one way or the other. So yeah, it's a bit worried. Just shows you, doesn't it? A simple little thing like that, just a wiring loom. Simple little wiring loom can cause so much trouble. But it is worrying. I've got loads of things to do on the van and trying to prioritise it in terms of importance. That is right on the top of the list. I don't know. I don't know whether to, because it's so critical and quite potentially quite tricky to deal with. Like if I do break the wires or if I can't get the connections back on, then I'm stuffed, well and truly stuffed. So that's why I'm so reluctant to have a go at it. I'm you know, if I take it apart and it all goes tits up, I'm left with a van that I can't lock or unlock depending on where and when it breaks. Yeah, right up there without a paddle. So I'm so reluctant to do it, and I'm opening the back doors the least amount as possible. Basically, I'm every now and again when I need to get to some of the stuff in the back, I pull everything out from the inside just to reach something. So I've started pulling loads of stuff from the garage bit I've got underneath the bed at the back. I've started bringing all that stuff into here that I need to get to, because yeah, you know, it needs to be honest, it needs a professional, and I mean that in a true sense of the word. It needs a professional auto electrician that actually knows transits to be able to do that. It looks straightforward, but it's not. So yeah, so bear that in mind. So, and I've still got tons of other things to do. But anyway, so I've got my charger and I've got the tyre inflator. Nothing else much has happened really. Apart from just working, sort of 7 days a week, and then when I come home I'm doing other things. So not had much time to make some videos really. I'm going to cook myself something nice to eat soon. I'm going to have pasta with chicken and some sort of Lloyd Grossman sauce. I don't know, that's what I'm going to cook. Yeah, I've been looking at putting some shelves up again. Oh, it's a nightmare, isn't it? I want to put some shelves up. I'm not sure if I'm going to need to access some wiring at the top there that goes all the way back to the back where the wiring loom is. So I don't really want to start putting the shelves up until the wiring loom's done and I know that it's okay. The wiring I showed you earlier for all my 12 volt, that's all got to be put back and tidied up, and clipped back properly, covered up so that you can't see it. Once I get the shelves up, it solves other issues, so it means that I've got tons of stuff on the bed, so all that can go away into cupboards or shelves and stuff like that. And yeah, just thought I'd update you with some of the issues and where I am with it. Not really much further on. Right, I'm going to finish this and then get back to work. Cheers guys, speak to you soon. Ta-da.